it. They think it's all over. It is now.
Hello, and welcome to They Think It's All Over. Sitting with David Gower is a comedian who rather surprisingly appeared on the New Look Question Time recently, drawing looks of surprise from her fellow guests, David Essex, Sonia, and Big Cliff Lazarenko. Joe Brand. David's other guest now presents ITV's On the Ball, but spent the summer as Sky's main sports presenter, so she may not know who won the World Cup, but she's well up to date on the monster truck racing from Idaho. Gabby Yorath. With Gary and Rory is an actress who's famous for her role in Father Ted, although without all her makeup you'd never believe she was Father Jack. Pauline McLynn. We start the show with our excuses round, in which we take lame explanations for sporting failure and treat them with the contempt they deserve. Gary, Rory and Pauline, your excuse concerns the high priest of English football, Glenn Hoddle, and his troublesome former disciple, Paul Gascoigne.
And Gascoigne again. Lovely. Go! Wonderful.
After England's defeat in France, Hoddle sold the serialisation rights of his World Cup diary to the Sun for a massive amount of money. But when the story appeared in the paper, headline, "Gaza trashed my room," a huge row broke out. So what was Hoddle's excuse for remaining silent and allowing the offending headline to appear in the paper? Gary's team.
Well, I've actually read Glenn Hoddle's World Cup diary. It's brilliant.
Is it?
Yeah, well, I actually found it quite moving because if I can just remember, there's one passage. It's Monday, stayed in, Tuesday, stayed in, Wednesday, stayed in, Thursday, knocked out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Do you have a favourite team?
I've got something on that I'll show you later.
Aston Villa! Yes! Well, you've won him over there, Paulie.
Be like that.
You want to see my Arsenal boxer shorts? Haven't scored for ages in those. Come on, you know the answer.
What was Glenn Hoddle's excuse for the headline being in the Sun?
I think it was
something that
the fax machine didn't work, isn't it? Something like that, or run out of paper on the fax machine and it was supposed to come through and it didn't, or something like that.
I'll give you 3 points for that, yeah. Glenn claimed he would have rung up and stopped the headline, but he couldn't. Here's the Guardian's Martin Thorpe, who broke the story to explain why.
Well, the reason that Hoddle said he couldn't bet the headline was because, quote, at the end of the day, the fax machine was broken. And of course, there's no other way of getting through. Hello, sorry, hold on a second. Hang on, the other one's gone now.
So, according to Glenn, at the end of the day, the fax machine wasn't working. In fact, it was actually Gaza who broke it, trying to get a can of Fanta out of it. Hoddle is such a committed Christian that he recently visited Bethlehem. He rode through the streets on Tony Adams. David, Gabby and Joe, a cricketing excuse for you. Here are England rampaging to a sensational and famous victory at Lord's in the Cricket World Cup for women.
Going Britain. Yes.
But until recently, the pitch was about the only part of Lord's that was open to women. So why, after 211 years, did the gin-soaked old dodderers of the MCC finally allow the opposite sex in? David's team.
Does the MCC stand for the Marylebone Continence Challenge?
I have to defend the MCC, an august organisation which...
Maybe if
my
you'd done more
friend Mr.
defence
Lineker
in front of the wicket, that would have been a good thing.
Well, it's a bit late for that, isn't it? Let's be fair. I mean,
It was all right.
It always was.
Lineker, he's a member of the MCC as well.
I got in because of my cricketing ability. He got in because he's an honorary member.
I was captaining Leicestershire at the time.
So they deferred it.
So they put it off till I retired, yeah.
It's the same thing as deferred.
Will you propose me as a member?
Yes.
I'd like to get a shag off those old bastards.
I'll tell you what, actually,
You were actually,
if you
Joe,
did, hang on, if you did, that would actually clear probably about 20 spaces in a hurry. That would get the membership ticking over rather nicely.
No, that's if I lie down on them.
Joe wouldn't get in because every member has to have a very specific haircut, and Bob Willis has already got the same.
Well, they've got a long room, haven't they? A long room in the MCC. And I reckon when the women get in there, they'll discover it's a lot shorter than the men originally said.
It's because they're a far-sighted, liberal, modern club, and they realise that women have a role to play in the 21st century. They must have the women in the club.
They wanted to get some lottery money.
I think that's basically right, yes. Here's former England captain Rachel Hayhoe-Flint with the answer on a typical summer's day at Lord's.
The MCC failed to get lottery funding because it was a single-gender club. And that was one of the main reasons that they were urging their members to vote in favour.
What a lying toad she is.
So you're saying we should believe you rather than Rachel Hayhoe-Flint, who was a captain of an England cricket side that never lost. I think probably she knows a lot more about cricket than you do. But you got your 3 points anyway.
Thank you.
Yes, the
Well, I don't want those 3 points.
David Gower giving points away, no change there then.
All right, well, it's runs in our game.
How would you know?
I told you you should have had that banana in the green room.
Never mind about that. It's appropriate that the lottery should fund English cricket for as long as anyone can remember. Every week has been rollover week for the team.
Can I just ask David about the toilets at the MCC? They're obviously going to have to alter the toilets, aren't they? Because there's obviously more male toilets than female.
No, the female toilet's lovely, it's fine.
How do you know?
Because he popped in there with Rachel Hayhoe-Flint.
Longest partnership he's had at Lord's. So, at the end of that round, David's team have 3 points and Gary's team have 3 points. Incidentally, if you were watching a couple of weeks ago, you'll have heard the news that David Gower's fallen on hard times since the BBC lost the cricket. But we didn't realise quite how hard until we found this picture in the paper. The rental company has repossessed David Gower's swans.
You've heard of swan rental before.
Anyway, in this round, we play the team some weird bits of sporting footage and ask that often posed question, what's going on? Gary's team, have a look at this.
Any more to go? How many more laps to go? Please tell me.
It's a euthanasia contest.
So, what do we think was happening there?
Could I just see it again? Because I think I recognise somebody in that, actually. Yeah, look! It's Michelle Smith before she failed the drug test.
What do you think, Gaz?
I think they'd have had a problem if they had a false start getting her out. About 3 weeks.
Come back! Come on!
It's obviously some sort of Olympiad for old people, featuring events like mint sucking, smelling of cat, talking about your operation.
I wouldn't like to see the top of the stars competition of that, would you?
Was that last woman Sally Gunnell without a slap on?
Well, it's obviously some sort of competition for wrinkly.
Yes, fair enough. I'll give you 3 points for that. They were highlights of the special games for old people. I said they were the highlights for special people who were old. And every gold medalist gets a £5,000 cash prize, although they're usually conned out of it by a bogus roofer by the end of it. David's team, here's your bit of film.
Charlton.
Oh. Hey, Jackie Charlton. Play that's off.
Far right Cook.
No. Sorry, you're off.
I know, but I can't help it. If there's so many, I just have to do it, haven't I? Hardly any left at this rate.
There you go, sir.
Oh, thanks very much, Eustace. Thank you.
So, can you explain that, David Steen?
First of all, can we just rewind that bit? Because if you notice that when that guy gives him a cup of tea, he says, thanks very much, useless to him.
Okay, well, let's have a look, can we?
Hardly any left at this rate.
There you go, sir.
Oh, thanks very much, Eustace.
I think that bloke that came on at the end is actually a community psychiatric nurse. And he's giving him a cup of Largactil. Is that any more of a help?
No, the thing that
It would help him, yeah.
we couldn't see was the linesman running up and down the corridor.
I think I saw it. This is a Panorama programme, Panorama special on loneliness. That was one, wasn't it?
And you just happened to tune in.
I was just...
Well, it was David Elleray, wasn't it?
It was.
I recognise the game.
Yeah, football, well done. Yeah.
Hey, Gabby Yorath reliving her interview for On the Ball. What game's this? Football. You've got it. You're in. No problem.
It was the 1970 Cup final between Leeds and Chelsea. Oh, he's obviously re-refereeing it, isn't he?
Yeah, fair enough. 3 points to David's team. That was top whistleblower David Elleray re-refereeing the 1970 FA Cup final replay between Leeds and Chelsea for Total Football magazine. He was asked to apply present-day laws to one of the most notoriously violent games in English football history. David Elleray produced no fewer than 20 yellow cards and sent off 6 players. In 1970, the real referee, Eric Jennings, booked only 1 player, and that was for cowardice in the face of the enemy. And at the end of that round, David's team have 6 points and Gary's team have 6 points. We continue on our way with the photo opportunities round. David's team, it's Britain's best-loved human being for you. So why did Desmond Lynam agree to become Our Lady's first mustachioed nun?
He's just left David Elleray's house.
And?
Well, he was doing the presenting in the garage.
You're in your own world there.
I think it's quite sad, this, because that costume is actually stuck to him. And it's a habit he just can't get. You get an advert?
Maybe.
For panty liners or something?
Well, I think you're using them wrongly then, Joe, quite honestly. You don't strap them around your forehead.
I do.
Oh, fair enough.
Then I put tomato ketchup on and go down Sainsbury's and upset them. Sorry, David.
David doesn't know what Sainsbury's is, so you say. It's like Fortnum and Mason.
Did he take a vow of chastity after that News of the World story?
What News of the World story?
The one my staff read to me.
I think it might be something to do with Mr. Lineker.
I'll give you 3 points for that. Yet the sad truth is that it's all Gary's fault. Gary recruited Des for an advert he was doing for an unknown brand of crisps, in which St. Des turned sinner by nicking some of Gary's. Des Lynam was the subject of tabloid frenzy when Tula, the sex change model, announced that Des had slept with her in 1979. I love the way his beautiful moustache tickled my face, said Des. Gary's team, you get the man solely to blame for England being knocked out of the World Cup. Well, one of them anyway. So why is David Batty dressed up to look like one of Des Lynam's old girlfriends?
I'll tell you, with those shoes, it's no wonder he missed that penalty.
I think Batty was angling for a transfer to Spurs and thought he'd make himself attractive to David Pleat this way.
As far as I know, David Batty is renowned for his fearsome tackle. And I think if you look very closely, you can just about make it out there. You know.
Is it a 2-footed tackle? Like the Dublin's?
This is a sexy football sort of thing, isn't it?
Maybe.
Rude Hullet and all that.
Oh yeah, Rude Hullet just taken over Newcastle, hadn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first, was it televised on
Channel
5 or
5.
something, and they were doing sexy football ads?
Absolutely right, yeah. It's actually a mocked-up photograph used to promote Channel 5's coverage of Newcastle's short-lived venture into Europe this season, under the slogan, "See Rude Hullet's Sexy Football." England crashed out of the World Cup when David Batty missed a penalty, after Hoddle famously decided that the team shouldn't practice taking them because there was no way of simulating the incredible pressure. That's the incredible pressure of a penalty shootout when you haven't had any practice. After his penalty miss, Batty received 1,500 letters of support. Unfortunately, all of them were from Gareth Southgate. And so at the end of that round, Gary's team have 9 points, and David's team have 9 points. It's time now for our teams to put on a pair of blindfolds and touch up a total stranger without even having to pay for the privilege. So, David and Joe, if you could make your way to the front, please.
No, the girls can do it.
I'd like to do it. The only reason
Do you
I
want
came
to do
on,
it,
actually.
Joe?
Oh, I suppose. So how far is it to walk?
So I'll tell you what, Gabby, you come over here and let Joe stand on that side. How about that?
Oi, boggle! Look at that, you're looking at my arse now.
You have 90 seconds to identify the mystery personality by touch alone.
I hope it's a bloke.
Actually, Joe, it's not too bad.
I thought there was an eclipse.
Come on.
Better than you had it.
Can we have our first mystery guest, please? And your 90 seconds start now.
Stand up straight so we can see how tall you are.
I've heard that before.
More standing
Well,
up
he's
there.
got a sort of iron mask on up here.
Leonardo DiCaprio. I'll go around the back. It's quite rough.
Gabby,
Which
he's
is
got
good.
a very strange penis. Sorry.
Hold on. What's strange about that?
It's about 12 foot longer than yours.
Yeah, but it's the same width.
So he's got a sort of sword thing on him and a mask. Is it a Millwall fan?
Commonwealth gold medalist, I believe.
It's going to be a fencer.
A fencer. Oh,
Oh, well done.
So what was the name of that bloke that won the Commonwealth gold in fencing? It was James something. James Wales.
Well, fencer's up,
No.
fencer's up.
It was in fact James Williams.
Brave effort.
Thank you very much.
Are we going to keep this up? Are you going to go, Pauline? You're going to get up there? Yeah. Okay. Ollie and Rory, if you take your positions, please.
Already I can't see anything.
Rory, can you Rory, stay over there.
Okay, can we have our second mystery guest, please? Your 90 seconds start now!
Joe? Say something.
You smell lovely, whoever you are.
Thank you. I'd recognise Gary anyway.
It's a woman, definitely.
Fantastic.
Rory, it's the end of series party all over again.
What did you just get there that I didn't get?
A disease.
I wonder.
This is definitely, it's a fighting woman.
Is it a,
yes.
Is it a wrestler?
Wrestler.
Possibly.
The lady wrestler.
Lady wrestler. The British Commonwealth Lady Wrestler Champion.
Look at this.
Klondike Kate. At the end of that round, David's team have 9 points and Gary's team have 9 points. We end as usual with our stocking wearing, card brandishing name game. This week, instead of saying their clues, we want Rory and Joe to draw their sportsman. Their teammates have 2.5 minutes to identify who the doodles are supposed to represent. But we'll let Gary's team go first. Pauline, can you pass that to Rory, please?
No.
Okay, as many names as you can get through in the next...
Hang on, let me get me top up.
150 seconds. Start now.
King.
Nearly.
King Nassim.
Prince. Yeah.
Prince Nassim, oh yeah, you still king.
Ryan Giggs. David Beckham.
Correct. Ooh. Now a draw twat.
Rude Hullet.
Oh, fantastic.
Very good.
Rude Hullet.
Close.
Oh.
The sport is...
Tennis.
Yeah.
Oh, Venus Williams.
Oh, fantastic.
They all start the same, don't they?
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Oh, Batty.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Newcastle-ish.
Oh, yeah. It's a good one.
Can you tell what it is yet?
Is it a bird? Is it a kite?
Come on.
Is it E.T.?
So simple.
Oh, it's some sort of wrestling...
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Oh, Clark!
Get mine back!
Big red nose.
Yeah,
Michael. Eagle.
Yeah.
Oh, Eddie the Eagle.
Yeah.
Me.
Close.
Gary Lineker. Oh,
Michael.
no. Des Lynam.
Well done, Rory. So they've moved on to 18, which means that you need 9 to draw level and 10 to win. So, Gabby, could you pass those to Joe, please? And your 2.5 minutes start now.
I can read that from here, Joe.
What is it then?
It's Glenn Hoddle.
Okay, Glenn Hoddle. Who's this one, Gary?
I'll see that one.
Is it a Don King?
Well done.
Oh, very good. Very good. Must be the angle.
Paul Gascoigne.
Well done.
That was very good. A tennis player who cries. Oh, Nuala Novotná.
Well done.
Is that a tennis racket?
There's a cricket. I
Cricket.
haven't got a clue now.
Cricket. Rachel Hayhoe Flint. No.
MCC member?
Right on her head. Hit her
Right.
with
Do you have boycott?
Yes.
Very good. You can come again. Anytime you like.
Just once would be nice.
Fine.
So cricket and...
What is
The
that?
eyes, Jen.
Oh, WP Grace.
Yeah.
Well done.
Is that a rugby ball?
Well, Will Carling's a start.
Did you say?
Will Carling, yeah. Very good. Well done.
Now, the final score is David's team with 17, Gary's team with 18, but I have a sad story to relate. On the second show of this series, a lot of people were surprised when Gary's team, out of the blue, correctly identified an excerpt from Roger Black's autobiography. Well, after a little investigation, it turns out that before the show, Gary Lineker had sweet-talked the auto-cue girl into giving him one of the answers. So Gary Lineker has been cheating again, and I've decided to dock Gary 1 point, which means that the final scores are now Gary's team 17, David's team 17, and it's a tie-break.
Not true.
Well, I can only go on the information I'm given. That was you.
So can we have our point back?
No. So for the tie-break, we take you back to another disastrous England cricket tour, this time to Zimbabwe, a couple of winters ago. In this clip, you can see Sky's Charles Colville interviewing journalists during a test, but we want you to ignore all that and keep your eye on former England all-rounder Derek Pringle in the top left-hand corner of your screen.
English players and management sometimes think that the British...
So, the question is, did Derek Pringle, A, flick what he picked across the press box, or B, put it in his mouth? David's team, you've got first pick, as it were?
I think he ate.
B. They all agree.
What, you think he ate it?
He ate
which
it.
means you've got flicked across the press room? Let's see who was right.
The English players and management sometimes think that the British media only like...
Don't eat it. Don't eat it.
There you go, you see, Pringles, once you start, you just can't stop. Which means that David's team are this week's winners.
Well done.
So it's thanks to David, Joe and Gabby, Gary, Rory and Pauline. We're all off to cheer on David Gower at the Old People's Games. My name's Nick Hancock. They think it's all over. It is now.
Stay with us here on BBC One. Film star and comedian Billy Crystal and the fastest man on earth, Maurice Greene, join Clive Anderson for a chat in just a moment.
She's been doing that to me since the day